It started on a night I wish I could erase from my memory. I was driving alone through a remote highway, somewhere deep between states. My GPS had lost signal hours ago, and my phone battery was barely hanging on at 3. Rain hammered against the windshield like it was trying to break through. The road stretched endlessly into darkness. No lights. No houses. No signs of life. I remember checking the time. 2:46 a.m. That's when I saw it. A faint glow in the distance. At first, I thought it was just a reflection, maybe lightning. But as I got closer, the shape became clearer. A building. Tall. Old. Silent. A hotel. Relief washed over me. Finally, I muttered. I didn't question it. That was my first mistake. Section 2, the hotel with no name. The building stood alone, surrounded by nothing but darkness and dead trees. No parking lot lights. No cars. No signs. Just a flickering neon glow above the entrance. But here's the thing. The sign was blank. No name. No letters. Nothing. Just a dead neon frame buzzing softly. I should have turned around right then. But I was exhausted. Cold. And desperate. So I grabbed my bag and stepped out into the rain. The moment my foot touched the ground, the rain stopped. Instantly. Like someone had flipped a switch. I froze. I looked up. The sky was still filled with dark clouds, but not a single drop was falling anymore. That uneasy feeling hit me for the first time. But I ignored it. I walked inside. Section 3, the reception desk. The door creaked open slowly. The smell hit me first. Old wood. Dust. Something rotten. The lobby was dimly lit by a single chandelier that flickered every few seconds. The place looked abandoned. But it wasn't. Because someone was standing behind the reception desk. A man. Tall. Thin. Completely still. His face. I couldn't see clearly. Hello? I called out. No response. I stepped closer. His head slowly tilted toward me. Not naturally. Too slow. Too stiff. Then he spoke. Room? Just one word. His voice sounded wrong. Like multiple voices speaking at once. I swallowed. Yeah. Just for the night. He didn't ask for my name. Didn't ask for ID. Didn't ask for payment. He simply reached down, and placed a key on the desk. Room 13. Of course it was. I gave a nervous laugh. Do you have anything else? He didn't move. Didn't blink. Just stared. Then slowly, he pushed the key closer to me. I didn't argue again. I took it. His hand brushed mine. Ice cold. Not just cold. Dead cold. Section 4, the hallway. The hallway stretched longer than it should have. Far longer. The building didn't look big from the outside. But inside, it felt endless. The lights above flickered one by one as I walked. Like they were turning on just for me. Or following me. Doors lined both sides of the hallway. Every single one closed. Every single one silent. Until I heard it. A whisper. From behind one of the doors. Help me, I froze. My heart started pounding. I looked at the door. No number. Just scratches. Deep claw marks. Please, the voice sounded weak. Desperate. Human. I reached for the handle. Then I remembered something. There were no other cars outside. No other guests. So who was inside that room? My hand slowly pulled back. Not my problem, I whispered to myself. And I kept walking. That was my second mistake. Section 5, Room 13. I finally reached my room. The number 13 was carved into the door. Not painted. Carved. Like someone had scratched it in with a knife. I unlocked the door. It opened on its own. Slowly. The room looked normal. Too normal. A bed. A lamp. A TV. A mirror. Everything seemed clean. Almost untouched. But something felt wrong. I stepped inside. And the door slammed shut behind me. I jumped. Turned around. Tried the handle. Locked. Of course it was locked. I laughed nervously. Okay, just relax. It's just an old place. I dropped my bag on the floor. Sat on the bed. And that's when I noticed it. The mirror. It was facing the bed. And in the reflection. I wasn't alone. Section 6, the first glitch. I turned around instantly. Nothing. The room was empty. I looked back at the mirror. There it was again. A figure. Standing behind me. Tall. Still. Watching. I spun around. Nothing. My breathing got heavier. This isn't real. I stepped closer to the mirror. The reflection followed. But the figure didn't move. It stayed there. Right behind me. Slowly, it began to lean closer. Closer to my ear. And then, it whispered. You shouldn't have checked in. I froze. My entire body locked in place. The hand on my shoulder felt wrong. Too long. Too thin. The fingers slowly tightened, like it was making sure I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Don't turn around, the whisper came right behind my ear. Cold. Wet. Not human. My instincts screamed at me to run, to fight, anything. But I couldn't move. Then suddenly, the lights flickered back on. I spun around. Nothing. The room was empty again. But my shoulder was burning cold. I looked down. And saw it. 5 long, dark marks. Like something had pressed its fingers deep into my skin. Section 8, the mirror rule. I stumbled backward, my eyes locked on the mirror. Everything looked normal again. Just me. Alone. Breathing heavily. Then I noticed something I swear wasn't there before. Words. Scratched into the mirror. Faint. Jagged. Like someone used their nails. I stepped closer. And read it out loud, do not look away. I frowned. What? Then the lights flickered again. I blinked. Just for a second. And when I looked back at the mirror, the figure was closer. Much closer. Right behind me. Its face, still hidden. But I could feel it watching me. Waiting. That's when I understood. The message wasn't a warning. It was a rule. Hourglass not done. Section 9, the first rule. I stood there, staring at the mirror. Seconds felt like minutes. Minutes felt like hours. Every time my eyes started to burn, every time I wanted to blink, that thing in the reflection leaned closer. Closer. Like it was waiting for me to make a mistake. I'm not doing this, I whispered. My eyes watered. My vision blurred. I tried to look away. Just slightly. Just for a second. And the moment I did, the lights exploded. Glass shattered. The mirror cracked violently. And I heard it. Right behind me. A step. Real. Heavy. Inside the room. Section 10, it's no longer in the mirror. My heart stopped. That thing wasn't in the mirror anymore. It was in the room. With me. I turned slowly. Too slowly. And there it was. Standing in the corner. Too tall for the ceiling. Its head bent at an unnatural angle. Its arms dragging along the floor. And its face. It didn't have one. Just darkness. Moving. Breathing. Watching me. Then it twitched. Violently. Like a broken puppet. And took one step toward me. Section 11, run. That's when my body finally reacted. I ran. Straight for the door. I grabbed the handle. Twisted it. Locked. Of course it was locked. Behind me, thump. Another step. Closer. I started banging on the door. Help. Somebody open this door. No response. The hallway was silent. Like no one else existed. I turned back. It was halfway across the room now. Moving faster. Its limbs jerking unnaturally. Like it was learning how to walk. Stay with us, its voice echoed. Multiple voices. Layered. Distorted. I panicked. Looked around desperately. And then I saw it. The window. Section 12, the window lie. I ran to the window and threw it open. Or at least. I tried to. Because what I saw on the other side was impossible. There was no outside. No road. No trees. No rain. Just darkness. Endless. Deep. Moving. Like the night itself was alive. I stumbled back. This isn't real, this isn't real. Behind me, it was getting closer. I could hear its breathing now. Wet. Heavy. Right behind me. Section 13, the key drops. In my panic, I dropped the room key. It hit the floor with a loud metallic sound. But something strange happened. It didn't stop. The sound kept going. Clink. 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 Like it was falling much farther than it should. I looked down. There was no floor. Just darkness. The carpet was gone. Vanished. Replaced by an endless void. And the key was still falling. Section 14, the truth begins. This place isn't real. The words slipped out of my mouth without thinking. And for the first time, the creature stopped moving. Completely still. Like I had said something important. Something I wasn't supposed to understand. Then its head slowly tilted. And for the first time, it spoke clearly. You noticed. Section 15, the hotel's secret. The walls started to change. Peeling. Rotting. The clean room disappeared. Revealing something much older. Much darker. Blood stains. Scratches. Handprints. Dozens of them. No. Hundreds. All over the walls. All over the door. All over the ceiling. Like people had tried to escape. Like people had failed. You're not the first, the creature's voice echoed. And you won't be the last. My chest tightened. How many? I whispered. The creature didn't answer. But the walls did. Because suddenly, I heard them. Whispers. Crying. Screaming. All around me. Trapped. Inside the walls that I didn't think. I didn't look back. I ran. The moment I stepped into the hallway, I knew something was wrong. It wasn't the same hallway anymore. It was longer. Much longer. Endless. The lights above flickered rapidly now, like they were struggling to stay alive. And the doors. They were different. Every single one was slightly open. Just enough to peek inside. And from each one, I felt it. Something watching me. Waiting. Section 17, Don't look inside. As I ran past the first door, it creaked open wider. I couldn't help it. I glanced. Inside. I saw a man. Standing completely still in the center of the room. His back facing me. His head tilted, just like the creature. "Hey!" I shouted without thinking. "We need to get out of here." The man didn't move. Didn't respond. Then slowly, his head began to turn. Too far. Too far. Too far, until it snapped. And his face, it wasn't a face anymore. Just a stretched, hollow grin. Too wide. Too empty. "Stay," he whispered. I stumbled back. And that's when I heard it, doors opening. All of them.